in Kisumu. We know very well that we have the Equalization Fund, 12 years plus of devolution, because water is now primarily a devolved function. What do we have to show for it? As members of parliament, we must ensure that even as we push for more funding for counties and equal distribution of resources, that the same is applied, because this money is a taxpayer's money. There is no single member of parliament or elected leader who spends their own funds to do or rather engage in development agenda for their respective constituencies or counties. Honorable Speaker, this House must also be accountable and must not absolve itself of accountability in regard to the distribution of the national budget. We were treated to a very melodramatic presentation yesterday where accusations were leveled against the budget committee and the leadership of the budget committee. But we all sit as members of parliament and we are able to authenticate and even question and query the budget statements that are passed on the floor of this House. So when I see members trying to bedevil each other individually because of perhaps political inclinations, political realignments will come and go. Perhaps maybe Honorable Kenan and I will be on the same side in the next government. So it is very important for us to quit from bedeviling the now, I don't know whether to say former, chair of budget, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, and he has not been chair budget forever. He was chair budget for, I think, 2.5 years. He was a member of parliament for Kiharu prior to that. Members of this House have actually gone to his constituency to benchmark on the work that he is doing for the people of Kiharu constituency. And it is the duty of every member of parliament to sit here when proceedings are going on, when the national cake is being shared, to ensure that the people they represent on this floor get what they are owed by the government, because we are all taxpayers, Honorable Speaker. And we must also ensure that when the president is making declarations, they are declarations that will actually impact on the Kenyan people. I saw a request apparently for a machine that will be making 1 million chapatis a day. We must be able, as members of parliament, to differentiate rhetoric from the needs of the Kenyan people. Because at the end of the day, in 2027, we will be held accountable by the people who elected us here. So even as we have all these other overriding interests and party positions and whatnot, let us think about the Kenyan people. What do we need to match so that they can feel that they are equally represented? I also want to appreciate the recent amendments on the public audit finance, because I have seen an allocation to the Committee on Security, and I have seen that there's a 32 billion that will be allocated to NIS for covert operations. All these monies must be accounted for, and they must be channeled fit the Mama Mboga in Turkana, Mama Mboga in Kirinyaga, Kisumu, and all other areas and corners of this great nation. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Is the Honorable Susan Kiamba in the House? Susan?